Hey, friends, so let me get this. You have decades of experience, you have the skill set, you are doing the work, you have the passion, the purpose, but there's no traction. I get it. I was you. Welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, your BD and SBIR consultant, Shevvy, along with I'm a speaker, facilitator, and soon to be author, y'all. So yes, come September 27th, my pre-launch of my book will be released. What's going on with my technology? Okay, so definitely stay tuned for that. I'm going to be dropping the link for you to join the wait list. And this book is truly for the woman who is really going through life difficulties, whether that's in her life, in her career, in her business, and she's just looking for a different way to thrive no matter the season, no matter the environment. So definitely click the link. I will be dropping it here for you to join the waitlist because there are going to be lots of bonuses. So enough about that. Like I said, friend, welcome to the Executive Innovation Show. And as your host, as your BD person, trainer, facilitator, I really focus on helping tech founders to get to the revenue by being federal ready. So what that means is helping you to break into the federal market by making sure that your company is positioned, you are seen, and you get to the funds. But that comes with being federal ready. So if you are ready to be federal ready, drop a 1 in the chat. Okay? Drop a 1 in the chat. I want to go back to the statement that I mentioned, as someone who has 22 plus years of serving in the United States Air Force. I'm retired now. I've worked in readiness. I'm a mom. I've, deployed in combat. I've led operations, so many different things. So I know I have the skill set. I know I have the qualification. I know that I can execute. I've done it in my career. And as I'm building a business, things is a little bit different. And you might be in the same space as a founder. And even if you're not a tech founder, you have your own business and you're like, I'm out here, I'm doing the work. I, have decades of experience, but nothing is happening. And that, my friend, is because your positioning is not where it needs to be. I am guilty of that myself. So I was you. Okay. But I decided to invest in, I've invested in multiple coaches throughout my journey as an entrepreneur from the time I was transitioning out of the military into full transition into full entrepreneurship. I have invested, but what I realized looking back, and maybe if you just kind of sit for a second and really look at your journey, and yes, we have the passion. Yes, we, this is our purpose and we have all the skill set and all the things, but our positioning may not be where it needs to be. And that is something that you have to get clear on, my friend. And that's what we're going to talk. That is what we are going to speak about today, which is positioning for federal opportunity. Okay. Because I want you to get the federal opportunities. I want all of us to get the federal opportunity. So as you come in, like I said, drop a 1 if you can relate, but also drop in the chat where you're joining from and also what you do, because what I do and how I support clients is not only with BD support, but is really helping them to identify partnerships. And this is a great way for you as a founder to share what you do, because you never know who else may be the person or the business person to help you get to that next federal opportunity, that next partnership. You never know, because the goal is to get to the fund, but you have to be federal ready. And that means positioning. All right, so let's talk about positioning. So I will ask this question. How do you believe your positioning is right now? Drop in the chat as you all come in, say hello. I'm streaming live on LinkedIn, which is my go-to platform, along with Facebook as well too. So say hello, don't be shy. So, how do you feel about your current positioning? Is it like there's a little bit of traction? Is it like it's on point? You have ideal clients coming in, whether that's with the federal space or just other B2B businesses that are looking at you for your services, which is great. But if you like Shevvy, man, I am working, I am doing all the things, I am showing up, but nothing is happening, and this is the place for you to be. Let's talk about positioning. And we're talking about what position is not first. So if you are in the federal space, a lot of people think, well, you know what? I have my capability statement. I'm registered in stand.gov. Like I'm good to go. That is just a piece of it. And I'm going to continue to share this over and over because positioning is going to get you to the revenue, get you to those opportunities, get you to those partnerships. So it's not about just having a, capability statement or registering in SAM.gov. What positioning is knowing exactly who your buyer is. And I know as founders, especially if we are new in this space, we want to serve everybody because I'm guilty of that, y'all. When I started my business, my coach was like, so who you, I'm like, women. What type of women? I'm like, women, they all have the same problems, and because we're afraid to narrow down, we're afraid to say, hey, I'm going to focus on women in the C-suite, women in X, Y, and Z. So really look at when it comes to who you're looking to serve, who are you really looking to serve? And I know it can be hard, but we have to decide as a founder, you have to decide who is the person, what agency you're looking to connect with. So definitely same thing with the federal market. With your federal buyer, who are you looking to serve? Is it Department of Education? Is it Department of Energy? Is it Department of Transportation? Is it Department of Agriculture? Who are you looking to support? Let me know in the chat who you're looking to support when it comes to connecting in the federal space. All right. Also, aligning your services with their mission, what they actually need and what they're looking for. As we all know, if you have worked with an organization, they have a strategic plan. They have a 5-year plan. So, and a lot of times it's on their websites. Go check it out. Identify, okay, what are their core mission for the next 5 years, the next 2 years, and really look at, okay, does it align with what I'm looking to offer them, my solution? Because you have a solution. What we do over here is to help you get that solution. We create the pathway, and this is what the Federal Readiness does for you. We help you to create that pathway to get positioned, seen, and funded. So you have a solution, and we want to make sure that your solution is in the federal space. Welcome, Samantha. Thank you for joining. Good afternoon. Drop what you do, where you're joining from, and also let me know, how do you feel about your positioning? Because positioning is a journey. It's a growth that we get to just kind of navigate until we get to that position that we're like, yes, this is a space that I need to be in. Because like I said, friend, I am guilty of that. And it's not until, again, I hired this specific coach to say, okay, and I see the traction. I see the difference from where I was about, 6 months ago to now. So it definitely, because of my positioning, opportunities are flowing in. Because of your positioning, opportunities could be flowing in a lot more frequently. So we have to focus on positioning, and that is why we're here today. So, okay, I thought I saw something. So when it comes to, again, positioning, we talked about knowing exactly who the buyer is in the federal market, also aligning your services with their mission, really knowing what is it that they're looking to do in the next 3 to 5 years or more. And the next one is communicating your value, so that when you're speaking, when you're sharing, when someone is speaking about your company, because it doesn't have to be you sharing all the things that you're doing. It could be maybe someone else who's familiar with the work that you are doing, and they can be in a room to say, hey, you know what Samantha does, she support women in male dominated spaces, and she will be great to come in. Just from that conversation, again, communication in that room, that can create an opportunity for that person who's not even in the room. And that is what you want. You want to make sure that you become the obvious choice to their solution, to their problems. Samantha said what she does, she's helping women stay and thrive in male-dominated positions. Love it. And with all the things that are going on in the world today, we need to make sure that we are making sure that women don't just quit, that they're able to thrive, which connects to my book, in every season, no matter the environment, no matter the chaos of life, career, and business. So love that you do that, Samantha. So many women are leaving the workforce. So many women want to stay in these male dominated spaces, but because of challenges and all the things, they're leaving. So I love that you are supporting them in that space. So thank you for that. So let's continue talking about positioning in the federal market, and what you need to be positioned correctly is federal readiness. And I'm saying federal readiness is because I've spent 22 years in the United States Air Force, and I've worked in readiness operations, leading my section to ensure that we were mission ready to execute, to deploy, whether it's within 24 hours, 4 hours notice. Like, we were ready. I mean, training, have the resources, the our affairs and orders. So I understand the effectiveness of making sure that everyone is mission ready, and you need to make sure that your business is mission ready to support the government, because they want to work with companies, small businesses like yours, like mine, who are ready and positioned to support them in their mission. And that's why I built my Federal Readiness Sprint. Okay, and I'll be sharing more about that. And if you want to hear about the Readiness Sprint, drop a 3 in the chat, okay? And when it comes to federal readiness, it's not just, again, being visible. Visibility is part of it. It is nice, but it's not the only thing that you need to be doing, because you can be out here going live. You can be going to a lot of events. But again, what is that? What results are you getting? Because I'm going to be honest. At one point, I was on here consistently, y'all, consistently. And it was just like crickets. And I'm like, what am I doing this for? Why is it that no one is, reaching out? And you might be in the same position. And the reason that was happened to me is because I was not properly positioned. My company was not. I had a lot of value. I shared a lot of, tips and different things. I was showing up consistently, but my positioning was off. But now there's alignment. My position is clear on who I'm serving. And guess what? Traction. I'm getting people to reach out. I'm getting people to say, hey, Shevvy, we want you to be part of this phase 1 SBIR proposal that we are submitted. Would you like to be a part of this? Because of your expertise, your background, we see you. Of course. Hey, Shevvy, we want you to be part of this workshop that we're doing. That's going to be in person. Hey, Shevvy, we want you to come out to, share your insight on SBIR. That is because of my visibility. That is because of me not only being here on LinkedIn, but also going out, making connections. As Samantha said, yes, you want to hear more about the Federal Readiness Sprint. Yes, I'll be sharing more about that. So again, it's not about just only being visible. It's not just being visible. Your positioning is going to be key. Your ability to connect is going to be key, because we want to make sure it's all 3. You got to focus on your positioning, your outreach, and also your partnership. So, which is the connection piece. You're connecting to other folks. All right. I want to make sure I gather my thoughts. And if there are any questions, drop them in the chat while I'm making sure that I'm able to hit everything that I want to hit today. Again, what is your solution? Drop in the chat what you believe your solution is, or what your solution is for the federal space. Drop in the chat, what is your solution? And even if you're not in the federal space yet, drop your solution for the clients that you serve. What is that one solution? Okay, you're going to position your solution again to solve a specific problem. And for me, a lot of small businesses are not federal ready. So my position is, I'm positioning my company to help tech founders. And if you're not a tech, you could be a non-tech founder, reach out to me to position you for those opportunities. Okay. And the visibility, we're going to talk about the visibility a little bit more. Again, this is your messaging. What are you saying? Okay. What are you saying every time you show up in a room, show up on your platform, whether that's LinkedIn, whether that's Facebook, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, IG? What are you saying that makes your buyer like, I need her. I need him. Let them reach out to you. Like, what are you saying? Are you just coming up and just sharing information? Or are you adding value? What does your visibility look like? This is all the things that we cover in the Federal Readiness Spring. It's not just the registration aspect of making sure that you are in compliant. It's the other things that comes along there, the whole package. And that's why this is a 6-week experience, one-on-one support to help you position your company for federal opportunities so that it can be seen and get funded. Okay. And then also positioning comes with the connecting. You got to be connected. So if you're visible, but you're not connecting, then you're wasting your time, my friend. Like, you have to connect. And I'm actually going to be doing a workshop tomorrow on connecting and using connection, how leveraging connection to create opportunities for yourself, for your business, for your career. So definitely you got to connect, because you got to make sure that you are plugged in. You got to connect to make sure that you're plugged into the right ecosystem of where you're trying to go. Whether that's with, a subcontractor, whether that's a partnership, whether that's, hey, maybe you want to go after that specific contract on your own. But you have to be connected. You have to do outreach. You got to research. You got to connect. You got to make the phone call. You got to go to the events. I'm not saying go to all of the events. Go to the events that matters to you and your buyer. Okay. So, but there's a gap. There's a gap with where you're at and where you're trying to go. And when it comes to the federal market, agency may be calling you, but no contracts. And you know why is that? That is because you don't have the readiness that they are looking for. Because with the government, and based on experience, my own experience, we made sure when we selected a contract that that company was ready to deliver on the job that we needed them to deliver on. They had the solution. So yes, agencies will probably, hey, we're looking for receive you in this system, or do you have X, Y, and Z? And as soon as you say no, next. They move on to the next person. So you have to make sure that you are federal ready, my friend. Okay. Another thing that you're probably doing, and there's a gap, you're showing up to events, which is great, but there are no follow-ups. Again, federal, because they have to see the value. The people that you are speaking to, you're connecting to, they have to see the value that you bring to elevate their company, to create that partnership. They have to see the value. So if there's no follow-up, there might not be any value, but you have to position your business with federal readiness. And guess what? You're able to now show them and speak the value that you bring with your company to elevate them, to help them meet their goals and so forth. Samantha is joining from New Jersey. Awesome, awesome. And there's a gap because you wait years and you don't take action. Like, we're not waiting. Like, tomorrow is not promised for anyone. And when I say I'm at a point in my life where whatever it is that I want to do, I am doing it. I'm writing my book. Guess what? It's coming. Excuse me. I want to go on a vacation. I'm going to plan to, do the things that you want to do. Stop saying that, hey, I'm going to do next year. We're not waiting until next year. The fiscal year starts October 1st. Okay, a couple days after my birthday, September 27th, which is also my pre-order launch for my upcoming book. So definitely check that out. Okay, I'm going to keep plugging that in because, again, I want to make sure that more women are thriving no matter the season. Okay, so if you're not good at positioning, I can help you, because not everybody is great at position. I was not great at positioning. I had to get help. I had to get support. And I don't mind investing in my growth because I have a big vision and you have a big vision for your business as well. And I want to make sure that you don't continue to waste time. You don't kind of continue to just do it on your own, but you have the right support to help you get to the next step. And that starts with your federal readiness. Let's take those decades of experience that you have and position your company for those opportunities, because I know you can get results. You have gotten other, now you want to bring that into the federal market. And I say, let's go. Okay, let's go. If you're like, let's go, drop let's go in the chat. If you're like, let's go, I'm ready to be in the federal market, drop let's go in the chat. So friend, if you've been saying the same thing, I need help with my positioning, then drop position in the chat. Oh my goodness, Samantha, your mom's birthday was the 27th of September. That meant she was amazing. Okay. I'll tell you, I met another young lady a couple years ago. Her birthday, September 27, and we're about I think I might be a year older, or we might be the same age. I was like, wow. And my friend, for 20 years, we're no longer friends. That was my best friend. But her mom's birthday was September 27th as well. So I just wanted to share that. So lots of September 27 birthdays. We are amazing people. Okay. And Samantha said, let's go. Yes, we are like, let's go, because we are ready to be positioned in the federal market. Let's go. So yes, Samantha, you have said it. I have said it. I've heard business owners saying, I need to be positioned. I'm not positioned. I don't know what is it that I'm doing wrong. I need clarity. I have been there, and y'all, and I question too, what is happening? I have all this knowledge and skills that I know, I can do X, Y, and Z, because I didn't have the position. I didn't have the clarity. I wasn't clear on exactly who I was serving. And that is what we focus on in the Federal Readiness Sprint, okay? Making sure that you are federal ready for those opportunities as they are coming down every single day. So if you're saying, I need help with positioning, well, friend, this is your moment. This is your moment to create that shift, create momentum, and create new opportunities for yourself and for your business. And that is what I am inviting you to connect with me to learn more about the Federal Readiness Sprint, because this is 6 weeks of support. It's not a group. It is one-on-one. I'm advising, guiding, and we are executing. Okay? We are executing. I'm saying okay a lot. But no, like seriously, I am not here to waste your time, because you have spent decades already doing what you love. You have spent years trying to get your positioning at the point where it needs to be, and you are done wasting time. If you are done wasting time, drop done in the chat, okay? Samantha said, getting the help gave me. Girl, say that again. Me too. Me as well. And I think so many people are afraid to invest to get the help that they need. Because they're like, well, I've already invested in this coach, y'all. And I put this, some of it in my upcoming book. When it comes to investment, I am like, if it makes sense to me and I feel like you can help me, I'm going to invest. And not saying that that's going to be the outcome, because trust me, your girl has invested in some coaches. Looking back, I'm like, girl, why? But we live and we learn. But these are all lessons that I now implement, but also I share some of that in my upcoming, because you still want to thrive through all that. Because you may be looking like, well, you know what? I invested in this coach. I didn't get a result. And I've done that too. I've invested. Just trust me, I've invested. But now I'm seeing those results, because sometimes it's just finding that right coach that is like, okay, this is the one. This is the one that is helping me, because you got to do the work. Don't just rely on the coach or the consultant to say, hey, I paid you for this, so I need you. Like they guide you. Okay. They guide you, they advise you, they help you execute, but you got to do the work. So don't think that you're going to come in and say, let me work with Shevvy. And then Shevvy, you got, no, ma'am, no, sir. You got to do the work. Samantha said, I was afraid, but it was the best investment I made in my business. Was getting the right coach to guide me and help me create what I envisioned my business to become. Exactly. That is what that consultant, that coach helps you to get that clarity. It helps you to position your company for the right audience, for the right clients, for the right leads. And too often we are wasting so much time because we felt like we got burnt by the last, person that we paid to assist us because we didn't get the results. But if you are in here for the long haul, for like sustainability, that comes with being a business owner. Not every single choices that we make or made is going to be the best choice at the time. At the time, we thought like, yeah, this is going to be the coach for me. This is going to be the consultant for me, the mentor, whatever that is. And then we get in that program and you're like, what? This is what I paid for. But this is not it over here. Like, we get things done and we get it done the right way. We're not, doing things half, we get things done because I'm invested in your business like it's mine, because I understand the value that you bring, the impact, your experience, and I want to make sure that you are positioned to get those opportunities just like the bigger companies, because I know you mean business, but you're not positioned the right way. Okay. So I want to invite you to the Federal Readiness Sprint. This is a 6-week of advisory and consulting support where I guide you and we do the work together. Okay. So that means you're getting my brain, you're getting my experience, you're getting the things that my strategies that is working and continue to work, not only for myself, but also for clients as well too. So what happens when you work with me and what happens at the end of the 6 weeks? Well, my friend, you will have the clarity, the positioning, and the readiness, because that is going to be key, to say with confidence that your company is federal ready and people are clear that they know, okay, Samantha does this. When they hear that word, oh, that's Samantha. When they hear, the 𝙨 Queen, oh, that's Rochelle. They are going to know what you do and who you do it for. You will also have a federal readiness plan that lays out your strategy and close the gaps that is keeping you from opportunities. Okay, that's positioning, that's outreach, and that's partnership. Okay, the biggest thing is creating the plan, but also executing on the plan. And this is just phase 1 of the process. That's why it is 6 weeks. So we have to have that foundation. We have to have the readiness in place so that you can continue to make that, have that momentum. And during the 6 weeks, guess what? You're going to have clear understanding of which agencies, because we're not going after all the agencies. Because I hear it, just go out and bid on whatever. I want to keep my sanity. Okay. I want to keep my sanity. I don't want to be, burnt out. I got kids. I'm a, single parent. Like, no, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I don't want you to do that, because again, you want to build a business that you're able to enjoy and thrive. And yes, there are going to be challenges, but you don't want to be all over the place. Like, we want to get focused. And that is what happens when you position your company for federal opportunities. Okay. Also, we're going to identify clear partnerships that you can connect with. Okay. Because it's not just about going after the prime contract. It's looking at who else can I partner with through conversation to see if there's alignment. And the ability to outreach, because maybe you're visible, but you're not doing any outreach whatsoever. I'm going to give you my proven process that works for outreach, that leads to actual calls, that leads to opportunities, partnerships. Okay. And I am not giving you fluff. These are things that I have done myself and have done for clients. So if you are ready to have the ability to execute, do the outreach, and build visibility, then the Federal Readiness Sprint is for you. And also, by being a part of this program, is going to allow you the momentum. That means you are moving. Like I said, we're not just coming in and we're just planning and we're talking and discussing. No, we working. Okay. We are working, my friends. So if you like, I am done playing small. I'm ready for bigger opportunities, but I want to make sure that my federal readiness is on point. You're ready to be executing. You're ready to build strong, ready partnerships, relationships, and open doors to federal opportunities. That is what the 6-week program is about. This is what the Federal Readiness Sprint is going to get you. But you have to do the work. So by the end of 6 weeks, you'll be positioned, you'll have the visibility, but also the connections to create opportunities for your company because it's federal ready. Because the goal is to have you positioned, seen, and get funded, my friend. So if you would love to learn more about the Federal Readiness Sprint, which is 6 weeks of intimate one-on-one support with your girl, and you're ready to see change in how you show up, the opportunities that you bring in, send me the word readiness. Send me a DM, or if you're like, you know what, I'm ready, click the link in the description of this live and book a call so we can connect, learn about each other, and we can take the next step. Any questions, drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're at. How do you feel? Do you feel like energized? Drop a 6 if you feel like I'm ready to take action. And that doesn't have to be action with me. That could be action with someone else. But if you like, this was something that you needed to hear today and you're energized, drop a 6 in the chat, my friend. Okay? Because October 1st is the new fiscal year. We're talking trillions of dollars will be available throughout the federal market, of course. So let's position your company for the opportunities before the money starts rolling out. You're kind of behind, but guess what? We're going to make it happen. We're going to position your company for federal opportunities. And that starts with the federal readiness. You need that. Okay? You need that because you want to be taken seriously, my friend. All right, y'all. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Samantha, for joining me on the live #replay. And again, I'm your host, Shevvy, your BD execution partner, along with your SBIR, because we still do SBIR. So if you're looking for SBIR support, in the sense of, identifying federal grants, research, reach out to me as well. As always, soon to be author, drop in the comment as well if you would love to get on the wait list, but the wait list will be in the description as well too. And I have some amazing bonuses available for anyone who purchased the bundle. So I'm excited for that. I'm excited for September 27th, which is my birthday, y'all. Y'all, it's going to be a party. It's solo party. Okay. But no, thank you all so much. For Samantha said, we are working. Yes, ma'am. We are working it. Yes, but thank you all so much for joining me on the Executive Innovation Show. I'm your host, helping tech founders to break into the federal market by helping you to position your company also without aligned outreach and ready partnership, because the goal is to get you from position to funding. So definitely, we know that you have the solution. We just create the path to help it, to position it, get it seen, and get it funded with your support, of course, because you got to do the work, my friend. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing Wednesday. As always, I will see you all next Wednesday. And don't forget to send me the word readiness if you're ready to step into that federal readiness space and be ready to create those opportunities. All right, y'all. Well, have an amazing Wednesday and see you all soon.